Ooh, what's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. It's always Nestlemania alongside for the ride is a man that, well, folks, is Becky Lynch's daughter's favorite podcaster, JC.
And I'm back, baby. Sorry, folks, that I wasn't here last week to put Nestle in his place because I was a little sick. But so was he. But he powered through, and I didn't. I was sleeping at the time of the podcast. But yeah, as you found out this week on Raw, I am Becky's daughter's favorite podcaster. So I look forward to being back here and burying Becky Lynch.
Wow. All right. Well, luckily, we always start somewhere. We always start in the positive corner of the world.
We do.
Shine.
Always in the shine, Nestlemania. I told you before the show that, Raw, there's not a lot I seem to like on Raw because it's a lot of visual things that, vision, that I'm not loving. But my favorite thing from the week comes from Raw. And you know what it is. When I get Obafemi and Brock Lesnar together, I never can have enough. And I think a fun exercise would be at some point as we get closer to WrestleMania, like we do every year, is what we're actually excited for at WrestleMania. And obviously, my erection for Cody Orton is through the roof. But my erection for this match is just as equally through the roof. Like twin peaks of erections right here.
Wow.
Because I just like Brock, when you give Brock something like this, it is just so magical. And Oba is just so fucking badass and cool and meaty that these two, this is the collision. Literally the first thing we talked about when we said Oba on the same roster, I'm like, imagine when he fights Brock Lesnar. They're fucking doing it right away. And I fucking love it because I think this WrestleMania needs it. So I am just so fucking pumped and jacked. I love that Oba's got over him twice because I think a cool thing to do with this storyline is that every single week, Oba overcomes Brock. And going into WrestleMania, it's like, did Brock finally meet someone that he can't overmatch? And I think that's an interesting way to do it because you never see that with Brock, ever. And I think it can work even with Oba as a babyface and Brock as a heel, just because Oba is one of the most imposing individuals we have ever had in a very long time. And in WWE, I think ever. But I cannot fucking wait for this match. It is going to be a fucking shit show of meat and awesomeness. And I look forward to these segments every single week.
Our boy, the Joe Stopper, is in here saying Red, his wife, loves some Obafemi. I mean, how do you not? Our boy Daniel. Oh, wait, is this not the right Daniel? Danny KG. Okay. 16 says, looking forward to this match.
Smart
most
man.
out of the Mania matches. It's a smart move, folks. It's a smart move to be excited about it. I think here's the thing. It doesn't even matter if Brock Lesnar wins or loses this match. The ride to this entire thing is fantastic. It's like two bulls in a china shop. It's really a lot of fun. I will say, not that I would never consider Obafemi a Nestle guy, right? He's not my guy, but I enjoy watching him. But the one thing that is undeniable that even somebody like me has to admit, and it was very apparent on Monday night, and it was probably because it was Boston, and Boston really likes to get around chanting. But when you see children doing the strut, the Oba strut in the crowd, I'm like, it's taken on a life of its own because Oba. Oh, it's like taking the Goldberg thing, but then taking a slice of who he is, and it's nothing but positive. It's just going to be positive for him going forward, regardless of whether he wins or loses. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. I think you're putting him on a particular level right out of the gate, and I think they know exactly what they have on him. Another thing that I thought was really funny, and again, Twitter sometimes is just a cesspool, but sometimes they come up with really, really funny shit. And it was you would appreciate this, JC. I'll send it to you later. Maybe I'll put it in the Jobber Knocker thread. But it was him. It was what happened on Monday, right? And then it showed what happened a couple of years ago with Brock and Omos, and it was literally the same fucking thing. And it was just see, it does work more than once. And I was like, interesting. But I wasn't more excited to see Omos versus Brock. I am definitely more excited to see Oba versus Brock. People are asking us. We've had our boy Ben. Maybe if we say his name enough times, he'll fucking show up in the chat or listen to the program. But people are saying, is this night 1 or night 2 for you?
For me, this feels like it's kicking off one of the nights, and I feel like maybe night 2.
Okay. Do you feel like you need to back load night 2 to make sure it's a good weekend?
No, see, I think it's the opposite. They always front load night 1 with a lot of the matches because night 2 always has the main event that you're looking forward to. So I feel like night one they always load up way more.
Okay. That's fine. I did say last week when Zach stepped in for you that like you've always said the equation seems to be that there are more banger matches on night one, but more marquee
because
matches.
they put yes, it'll have like the night two has like if the Jelly Roll fights and stuff like that, whereas night one always like famously I would say like an AJ Styles type match.
Right. I told you he's not my guy. Simple as that. But you have to acknowledge that they like him. You know, it's the same thing. That's all. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay.
Well, Nestlemania, we will transition to someone who is one of your guys because I'm a true real man. I feel it in my motion. Kit Wilson, the antidote emotion. Kit Wilson, baby, no one can top it. Feminine fire, yeah, I'm the topic.
Did you really research the lyrics? You researched the lyrics, didn't you?
I know the lyrics.
No, you don't.
I didn't need to look those up at all. I didn't realize feminine fire was a lyric in that. I could never understand that part. So I had to look at that part, but all the rest, I mean, come on. Okay. What are we talking about here? But you know what I love? I love everything Kit Wilson. I love him rubbing up with The Miz and Danhausen. But I also love that he was calling out Jelly Roll for slam poetry. It's the most Kit Wilson thing ever. The Notebook will kill me every time that he just has this like a little like burn book of things. It's just like it's everything this guy does just fucking works. And it's funny because it's just like spoiler alert for the knockers at the end of the year. There's no way Kit Wilson isn't in like the best three package, if not winning, because this is unbelievable. Like we've said all along, like he was the guy in the tag team that you weren't supposed to care about. The other guy was the charisma. He was the other guy. This guy was just there. But it's just what he has done just to become this Heath Slater type character, you know, which is near and dear. A role near and dear to my heart is awesome. And literally everything they do with him well. The last 2 weeks, I would be complaining about how much fucking Jelly Roll was on our TV. But the fact that it's with Kit Wilson, I'm like, no, that's perfect. Because Jelly Roll came back to WWE, went to Triple H and says, that guy right there is really good. Let me work with him. And we'll get this motherfucker on the map. And this will probably be one of the biggest moments of Kit Wilson's career. Just rubbing up against a dude that people know. Because the clips will go viral and this and that. But it's just like Jelly Roll came back to WWE to work with motherfucking Kit Wilson. Think about that for a minute.
And slam his belly on his mom's back. Like, what a fucking line.
Yeah, that was a fucking line.
I was just like, oh, God. Like, the other thing, too, was just like, man, like the Ozempic does work. Like, all these lines were just so kind of all out over the place. And I kept thinking to myself, man, like, it's special, but of course, like, it had to end a certain way, and it's fine. But, like, I am curious if this is a tag team match with The Miz or if it is a straight-up one-on-one kind of encounter with Kit Wilson.
Well, they're doing the match next week, Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson.
That's gonna end in interference.
Yeah, but it does feel like Jelly Roll will be doing something in Mania. But the other interesting part is there's another part of my shine. We can kind of throw it in here. Okay. Is R-Truth and Damian Priest winning the tag titles. Because for me, I said that immediately when they became a tag team. I'm like, this just screams Mizhausen. So, but it's also like, does that come after WrestleMania maybe? Because maybe the Mizhausen forms after the Jelly Roll match. Maybe it's Jelly Roll and Danhausen versus the Miz and Kit Wilson. And then Miz finally gives in and becomes a babyface after Mania. And then Mizhausen win the tag team titles from Truth and Priest, who have a little mini run here. Because it just like, that's where my mind, like I think I said immediately when they did the Priest and Truth thing, I'm like, this just screams Miz and Danhausen eventually. But I kind of like that they're slow playing it. But yeah, it's interesting because it does feel like it'll be Jelly Roll and possibly Danhausen versus the Miz and fucking Kit Wilson at WrestleMania. What a fucking match.
Our boy Danny saying, please for Kit, shame he has to face Jelly Snore. Wow.
Yeah, but he's doing the job. Most celebrities when they come in, they want to be with the top guys and be like, I want to work with Cody Rhodes. No, this motherfucker came in, saw the biggest jobber on your roster who's fucking awesome. And he being a wrestling fan loves this shit too. He's like, let me work with this guy. It would be a fucking honor. And that's what we're getting. Like, when have we ever seen something like this? Where a celebrity comes in who's already done it before, who fucking wrestled with Randy Orton last time against fucking Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, is literally asking to work with Kit Wilson. So I think Jelly Roll, you can think whatever you want about him. He's not really my cup of tea either, but like I respect the fuck out of that and I appreciate that.
Of course, Danny's saying Kit is a top guy. What do you want?
He might be after this feud, man.
I doubt
Jelly Roll might vault him to a fucking mid-card title.
There's a reason why the Miz works with all the celebrities, because the Miz knows how to do everything.
Exactly.
So I was very impressed with this segment. I refuse to acknowledge that your new tag team champions are in the shine. That's just me.
But you wanted to just stay on the MFT Wyatt feud. I think we need to get those titles far.
No,
away
I
from that
agree
shit.
with
And
you,
you know
but-
how I feel about Solo. Solo's one of my favorite wrestlers. It's not, and like I love him. He is legit like a top 3 JC guy in the company right now. But fucking Christ, get those tag team titles away from that fucking pile of shit feud.
I don't know. I'll say this much, just because my son
Crease and truth are entertaining, man.
my son loves jelly rolls, so I have to bend the knee on the jelly roll stuff. So it's
Jelly
only because
jam. Get it right.
jelly jam, the jelly jam. He's, by the way, we might as well just fucking translate into fucking
Yeah, let's talk about Danhausen, bro.
everything Hausen. It
Yes.
was all over the place. I mean, what did he do? He did a bunch of stuff on SmackDown.
He was on Raw too.
He took $20 away from Johnny Gargano. And then when they came around the corner, you see him running away. I was in stitches. I was fucking dying. It somehow doesn't take away from the character. It just the stupidity of it just makes me so happy in my life. Like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, it would be a disservice to let that man wrestle. Like, just let him continue.
Yeah, but it'll be like gimmicky type shit. It's not
No,
like he's not going out there in a fucking 10-minute banger. He's gonna be involved in tag teams.
Have you seen him here's the thing. Nobody really knows this, I'm sure, because nobody's done the deep dive like me. But if you've watched this guy wrestle before he became like the Danhausen, he can actually wrestle really well.
Well, you don't get to this level being unable to do it.
But what would blow your mind, like especially somebody like you, JC, where you're a guy that like you love the character, but you also love the people that are very athletic as well.
Yes.
It would blow your mind to be like, that's the same guy, because he's like, he hunches over and he looks like he has no athleticism when he's doing this thing. And then you watch what the early version of Danhausen looked like, and you're just like, oh shit, this dude's smooth. But like it'll never fucking happen. But it's amazing to watch. Anyway,
Never say never.
So he steals $20 from the Johnny Gargano thing, which was really funny. He did the jelly jam spot, which obviously the ladder falls twice and once on the Miz. That fucking had me fucking dying in stitches. And then of course on Raw, I mean, he's fucking everywhere with ISO Speed. And again, you want to talk about making him a household name, ISO Speed. He's like, so I have 110 followers. And he's like, actually, it's 110 million. He's great. We're going to stream and then give me all the monies. We'll go half and half. And then like, he just keeps getting better. And I'm so afraid that I'm just so afraid that it's going to be too much too soon. And like, we're all going to hate it.
Nothing is forever. It's one of those things. Like, because you saw him even in AEW too. It was like he was a house of fire and then Tony got bored of him or whatever. And it just like, it happens. But it's just like, the nice thing about WWE is they do have a lot of programming, but they will not use him as much as they are now. But we know how it is with them. Like, they get something that's hot, they want to they overdo it. It's just how it is. But I think he is a creative enough and funny enough, and there are so many fucking people on the roster we interact with. It'll take a while before I think we get that fatigue.
He can wrestle. We just don't want to see his work rate. I hate that word, work rate. Please don't ever use that word.
Work rate.
I fucking hate that word. That is just, you have no idea.
I forgot how much you hated that. I got to work that in.
Oh, man.
I got to work rate that in a little more.
Work rate in, yeah.
I got to improve my work rate using the word work rate.
Yeah. And then, of course, Danny's saying Kit Wilson versus Cody for the main event of SummerSlam, which... He got hurt in AEW. Well, doesn't everybody get hurt in AEW?
Yeah, but then he was ready to come back, and Fuckstick wouldn't let him fucking come back.
Well, he loses interest very quickly. Yeah. I will say this much. I'm going to put something out here that I thought was fucking awesome. It was watching Liv Morgan get lit up from behind by Stephanie Vaquer. Like, I thought she owed her fucking money. And it was... what you like, some people, like, you know, you're watching a fucking fight on television. When Stephanie fucking blindsided her, I was like, oh, shit. Like, she went too hard. And I was just like, this is great. And then it went barreling backstage and all the shit went everywhere. And I was just like, the one thing I will say about watching on Monday felt like the intensity and the intent. It just felt like it was all boiling over. And that's why I was really excited to see Monday. There weren't a lot of things we haven't already talked about, but I thought this added to the aggression of like the anticipation of WrestleMania going on. So
yeah, this match and feud is 100% high in my JC rankings. This is also the you're watching with a big group of people. You're going to see a lot of dudes with pillows on their laps during this match. So,
sponsored by Blue Chew.
Don't need it with that. Yeah,
no.
Dude wipes, more like it.
Ugh.
Gotta clean up after yourself, bro.
Oh, well, I thought that was for your ass.
I mean, I think you can use it for anything.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's a wet nap for your fucking genitals. So figure it out.
We should get sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Eh.
It is what it is. Anything else you thought was positive, big guy?
I did. I am still enjoying all the Sammy and Trick stuff because I think their dynamic just works. Because Trick is just cooking on another level, and it's helping this Sammy storyline, which I've been hot and cold on. But everything he does with Trick, I really enjoy, and I love that like him being upset with Trick made him eat a black mass and lose that match this week because it really does. I love that we're probably gonna have Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I think Sammy's a perfect guy to Trick to start with. Just with like the reason why Trick blew up is because he wrestled Ilya Dragunov, and it was like, holy shit, this guy can kind of go a little if he has a good dance partner. So what do? Biggest percentage of them all, one of the most over guys you have. Put him in the ring with Sami motherfucking Zayn and let him put on the show. So I'm enjoying this. I think it's doing good for both of them, and it's going to get Sami where he needs to go faster.
I would think that Sami Zayn wouldn't win this match if it's at WrestleMania.
No, fuck no.
It's just going to add to the flame fire that is his turn. So it is interesting. And I did appreciate the backstage segments he had just because it was just like, and also I also feel bad for that black mass on Sami Zayn. That looked like a fucking dislocated jaw. It was nuts. Like, bam.
It's not ballet, Adam.
It ain't ballet, kid.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, you could even tell after he hit him, he was like, fuck. Well, gotta pin him now. And you know what actually really upset me is Sami still had enough time to clap his hands. I was like, to time the kick into the face.
It's muscle memory.
No, I know, but I was just like, dude, you're gonna be out for like a month with that fucking kick. You're done. But yeah, it is what it is. Anything else that you thought was super good? I
mean, it was a Friday and Mello and Dragunov wrestled, and it was a banger. We have to at least mention it. I mean, I don't know. I do have a little fatigue with their back and forth. Because I'm curious. I just don't know where it's going. Like, is this leading to a Dragunov turn or like what? Or is it just like one of those like? Because Mello looks great. He just keeps picking up W after W after W, doing a lot for the U.S. title. But I mean, it's hard not to put that match in the shine because it was really good. It was good, but also it felt like, again, best of, and then we're moving. Hopefully, we can move on from it because he did beat him clean. So I think that's really the maybe. But I just I just don't see the vision yet of what they're doing with Dragunov. I don't think they know. So, like, exactly, that's what I mean. So it's just like, because I thought they would save this match for a bit, but then it's like, like, oh yeah, no, he said he's ready. It's like, what? I don't know. So that's the negative part of it. But in ring, it's just like, it's undeniable. I can't wait for the United States Open Gauntlet at WrestleMania, where it'll just be fucking everybody. They'll call it the Casino Battle Royale. Is what I have a bonus. I might change my hope. You just gave me a really good idea. Well, I'm good at something then. All right, moving on. Anything else, or we want to get heaty? I'm curious what you think about the Finn and Dom stuff. Because I do think this is a pretty interesting feud. Because I really want to see what they could do with Finn with this. And it seems like it's going to be a singles match and not for a title or anything. Because I thought they just kind of meshed them into the IC title, and maybe they still do. But I think it'd be pretty cool for Finn and Dom to have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. So I love, like, they're both super over enough. So right, I think the thing is they definitely have people that are going to be interested in the matchup. It's not going to be something that we would consider that's not a. I hate using the word bathroom break because that's just not really what I'm talking about. But something that doesn't pique our interest. I think enough people will have a piqued interest in this matchup if it's a one-on-one encounter. However, the one thing I will say, this isn't necessarily heat specific. It's just one of those things where I feel like you could have found a better way to do this. It did feel by the end of that segment for me that it was like Finn and Dom are more important than the IC title, which that can be true, but I don't want it to be so blatant in my eyes when I'm watching. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. But I thought Penta had more pyro, had more presentation. Penta versus Dom is always fun to watch. And like I said, it's nice to see Finn return, and he looks like he's going back to his old ways. I just don't. The one thing I'm very weary of is that as much as I enjoy Finn Balor, I don't know if he's going to have enough steam to continue after this. What do you mean? Like, who cares? I don't care though. Like, this is the blow off, like the Dom blow off, and like I think Dom's at the point now where, like, and he proved last year, like, this guy should be having single match at WrestleMania. He just should. He's one of their he's one of their best characters. He's a guy that gets a reaction no matter what. He's a guy that's there all year putting out a phenomenal work rate, and he deserves a match like with a guy like Finn Balor. They can put it on after Becky and AJ to wake us all up again, says Danny. Wow. All right, Daniel. You want to use that as a transition point, Nestlemania? Because I love the fact that Becky's daughter's favorite wrestler is AJ Lee. I thought that was genius. It's obviously the name of my little moniker this week. I love that shit. I'm like, that's fucking perfect. I didn't think this was as bad as some of their segments, but I know you don't like this feud because it involves Becky Lynch.
You know, I didn't mind the promo so much.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I mean, are we in the heat? I guess we are, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. It's not the tippy top of my heat. Like, I'm not going to go off on it. But it was the one. I will say this much. I'm super critical in general, and I shouldn't be, because when you get to that level, like, it takes a lot to get to that level. But the one thing I was, like, thrown off by, and again, maybe it was just me, but it was like, haha, I got you. You fell into my trap. But AJ, like, said it first in, like, a way that was like, I don't care if it's a trap. Like, it just felt like that portion of the promo was super disconnecting, and like it could have been massaged out better, in my opinion. It could have been like more like, I don't know, it didn't feel like, it felt like a low point, and it was like the point that they're gonna wrestle at WrestleMania. So I felt like it was one of those things. It was just, we were out there to create a soundbite for a video package, which is fine. But like, I agree with Danny. Becky was awesome until AJ came out, and then I just felt like it was so. Becky's almost, here's the thing. Here's my one thing about Becky Lynch that I think is true, and I think you'll agree that it's honest. I think in some points, Becky Lynch is too selfless when she's facing somebody else, and she needs to be more selfish. And in this particular case, I felt like she was trying very hard to be like the heel that got egg on her face. But there are moments where I feel like Becky Lynch, in order to be Becky Lynch, needs to get the upper hand or say something. And I feel like with the AJ feud, they've just not let her fucking ever get, not even like anything in verbal. Like, it just feels like AJ continues to make these segments like her thing, and it's fine. But
yeah, I mean, the biggest issue with this feud is they gave it away at Elimination Chamber. So this is just a straight rematch. It is a Monday night rerun, and it's a heel chasing a babyface, which is just not as good as a formula as a babyface chasing, but they gave away the moment already, and they're just running it back. That's why I was hoping they'd be a little more creative with WrestleMania. Like, I understand you want both these women on it, but it's like, maybe they'll have some sort of gimmick or stipulation that'll make it interesting. But this is one where it's like, I'd actually ask for an injection of somebody else or something. You know what I mean? Because I just, like, we already saw the singles match. AJ already had her moment. How do we make it WrestleMania worthy? And they're just saying, oh, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, name-wise, is WrestleMania worthy. Sure. But we literally just had it. I think is my biggest issue with it. So maybe they'll find a way to make it more interesting, but I have my doubts.
I was trying to rack my brain that would have somebody maybe as a special guest referee, because, Becky was talking about how the referee screwed her. But then I'm like, who could be?
Paige. That's it.
Like, Paige is probably the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was part of PCB too, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Charlotte
exactly.
and Becky.
Yeah,
so you can tie it in with that. Yeah. So
but
like AJ helped Paige debut, and then
right.
Paige helped Becky debut.
Right.
Wow, that's
wild. It feels
that's fucking wild because Paige is so much younger than Becky.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of things in my head that keep going in and out, and I'm thinking
voices.
Yeah. I don't know. It just is what it is. Danny says, want to make it interesting? Monday, Becky comes out with Larry's ashes. Wow.
All right. Dead dog.
Listen, I'm going to say this much, folks. If
That's
Roman
tough.
Reigns hasn't mentioned the dead dog by now, I don't think anybody's allowed to talk about it. We're allowed to talk about the dead wild Samoan, but we're not allowed to talk about a furry friend.
He was once called the big dog, so why would he want to, go after his brethren?
Joe's saying he's sure that Larry's a tree now.
Some people do that. Yeah, they plant trees with the ashes to honor their dead. Yeah.
Where is he going to put a tree in Chicago? Give me a fucking break.
Trees exist in Chicago, and if someone could put a tree in Chicago,
it's the Windy City.
It would be CM Punk. He has a lot of fucking power there.
Listen.
The bro does the Blackhawks intro.
He lives in a fucking skyrise apartment. Yeah? There ain't no.
There's fucking trees on the street of Chicago. No little fucking tree things.
No, I'm saying
they could easily have the fucking Larry tree.
Erroneous.
You underestimate how much power that man has in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he Michael Jordan level?
Well, he's actually there, unlike that fucking deadbeat dad who's down in Charlotte.
Wow, deadbeat dad right out of the gate. All right.
Yeah. It's a wrestling term.
It's true.
Yeah.
Since you made a joke about hearing voices in your head, I'm guessing it's not in your shine.
I mean, I enjoy watching Randy Orton beat up Matt Cardona, so I wouldn't say it's heat and I wouldn't say it's shine. It's a thing that happened. I just like
Purgatory.
Yeah, this storyline just isn't how I would have hoped it to be. It just felt so rushed that we got into this with Cody. And I'm sure when Cody comes back, he'll cut like the best Raw promo ever, and I'll have the biggest erection ever, and I'll get over it. But like, I don't know. It just hasn't been what I had hoped what would happen when this finally happened. And the way they're doing it, like the segment with Jelly Roll was that Randy, you're a good guy, you're such a good guy, blah 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 blah. blah. It's just like shut the fuck up, just fucking RKO this fucking chooch and let's move on. Because you want me to believe that you're just like. I understand the thing, like, oh, it was supposed to be easy with Drew because I could turn on this version of me and like hate you. But it's gonna be one of those things, like, I have a feeling, and it's gonna be awful because it's gonna get fucking booed. Is Cody's gonna beat him and Randy's gonna hug him after the match? No. For this to work, Randy actually has to fucking hate him. He has to have something where he says in a promo about how he secretly fucking hates him for some reason. All these things like, yeah, I love you, this and that, but like deep down, like, so whether it's used jealousy or something, I don't know. But it's just like, I don't want this half in, half out bullshit. And that segment with Jelly Roll was half in, half out, being like, you're a good dude, Randy. But I'm just like, fuck off. No, he's not supposed to be a good dude. Fucking kill some bitches. Let's go. Cunt punt. Let's go.
It says it seemed that Randy was about to do the Cena heel promo act. I don't necessarily agree with that, Joe, but I will say it's a point. It's a thought. I will say this much. There was a lot of Randy Orton on this program, and I get it. He's, the main reason that this show is going to have a champion, probably, I would think. If not, like you said, if not at WrestleMania, at Backlash. The thing is I get that Cardona's friends with Cody. They're very close. I get that, and they attack, and they know each other, and it's like a back and forth. If I'm Matt Cardona, whatever, I'm getting the paycheck. I'll do whatever's asked of me. But like at the end of the night, it was just like he killed Cardona. And then it was like this silly fucking cutscene where fucking McIntyre and fucking Fatu just fall off the fucking water tower like that 70s show.
Yeah.
And then let's get fucking people over. And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this was badass at the beginning of the night. When they fucking just start beating the shit out of each other in the car, and like it feels big and nice and all that stuff. But the fucking ending of them going on the water tower, I was just like, this is too much. Even for me, this is too
They're
much.
just gonna keep doing this every week. Like, it's just gonna be like fights.
Like, it's either a street fight or a Hell in a Cell or a steel cage.
It's gotta be a street fight, Falls Count Anywhere, like backyard brawl, something like that, because that just makes too much sense. And that's how you, like, Jacob will shine in that, as we know.
This was gonna be my hope, but I have another hope, and after I say my real hope, you're gonna say I should have said this in my hope. But since we're here, you know what I want? One of my favorite moments of being a wrestling fan, watching WrestleMania as a kid, was watching Goldust versus Roddy Piper in the backyard, the backlot brawl in Anaheim, California, in Hollywood, and they snuck in the OJ car footage and the whole thing. Like, that was fucking just hilarious, and the whole thing was so wonderful, and it still stays in my mind. Where is WrestleMania this year, JC?
Vegas.
Why can't we have them fucking battle all across the strip? Why can't we? Right? Let's fucking do it. That's what I want. I want them to fucking battle across Las Vegas. That's what I want. That would be fucking awesome. There's so many things that you could do there. It'd be great. Imagine getting fucking tossed. Imagine getting tossed into the Caesar Palace fucking the fountains and then beating the shit out of each other. Imagine all the shit they could play with. It would fucking be a fucking awesome thing to do. I know they won't do it, but man, what would make anything better than being like, holy shit, there's these guys out on the fucking strip beating the fuck out of each other. It'd be great. Fucking great. Anything else that got you particularly hot and bothered in the heat?
Oh yeah. I don't want to talk about the Vision shit yet because it's so bad I don't care. But let's go to SmackDown and try to make sense of I made the joke for the show, this new super faction we have.
Stop it.
Literally, if you can't beat her, join her. Apparently, BFAB and Michin are running with Jade Cargill now, and they're just going to beat up Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Rhea Ripley is better.
And she's gonna rip through these 2 cans on her way to WrestleMania before she.
We can call them cans.
The final boss.
We can call them cans. Okay.
Yeah. What has Michin ever won or done? Exactly. And B-Fab, I love B-Fab. That's my girl. But she's like a bad version of Maxine. And like I love Maxine too, but like, what are we talking about here? They're fucking cans for Rhea to beat up so she doesn't have to beat up Jade, so Rhea can look strong and then fucking eat a pin at WrestleMania against Jade. Because I fully believe this was supposed to be Bianca, but she clearly wasn't ready. And they said, who's the biggest name we can give Jade? Because there's 2. It's Bianca Belair and it's fucking Rhea Ripley. So they pivoted. That's why they randomly lost the tag titles instead of having them be the champions going into Mania. And that's why Io's in fucking purgatory, kind of at the moment. It just like they had to pull the Rhea ripcord. And she's gonna eat a pin at WrestleMania, so you gotta make her look badass on the way.
Mia was a Knockouts champion.
Great. So was fucking Dana Brooke. Next.
Danny saying generous calling them cans.
I mean, I'm not gonna be mean. They're cans. Unlike Zelina Vega, who has a legit track record, these two.
Fuck you, no cans. Because she won Queen of the Ring in the United States.
Queen of the Ring, United States champion, tag team champion, fucking stud.
Guess where she is now? Relegated to grinding up against her husband's leg.
Yeah, well, they all do that. It's a lot more than some people are doing. She has a fucking job, Adam.
Well, these two.
Some would say the only reason Aleister got hired back was because Zelina was doing so well.
No, it's because they wanted to discount Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
No, it's because Triple H loves Aleister Black.
That's true. I mean, who
Zelina's a fucking stud. She's a fucking stud. These two are what they are.
Can we talk about 1 second though? I do feel bad for Bianca Belair. There's like talk of she might have to like fucking amputate her finger.
Yeah,
it just
that's
won't.
What I mean.
It won't. Like, have you seen the picture? It won't.
Yeah,
it won't heal properly. That's fucking crazy. Considering how like these athletes put their body on the line all the time, and you're like, Jesus, it's been a whole year, man. It's been a whole fucking year, and her fucking finger won't fix, man.
That sucks. But I want to know your thoughts on this new super faction, Adam.
Can we already give this the jobber of the year?
What, Michin and Beef?
Oh yeah, just give it to them.
I mean, it's only March, but sure.
I'd rather watch Lars Sullivan tapes than Michin. Wow,
that's disgusting.
Wait, do you mean Lars Sullivan? What he did outside the ring?
I think that's what he's referring to.
Oh, okay. Wow, Daniel.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
All right, that was a take.
B-Fab was so perfect for Hit Row, and they botched that shit.
Well, to be fair, Swerve would have never been a world champion in WWE. So
don't care. Hit Row was fucking dope.
It was dope,
and they fucked it up. Vince is a fucking racist. Tell me when I'm telling lies, bro. Don't give me that look.
Stop. Speaking of not telling,
we can call Vince a racist on this program. Vince McMahon is a horrible human being. Come on.
I'm not defending him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't want to get canceled. You can't get canceled for saying Vince McMahon's a piece of shit.
I'm just saying. Since you said, tell me when I'm telling lies, I was making a segue.
Okay, CM Punk.
To CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Now, talk about this now, look, we got to address it because it's a thing. I personally feel like we're in the muckety muck when we add the Usos in with the CM Punk stuff and all the Samoans should be coming after him and all that nonsense. There's a weird feeling I'm getting that if they keep dropping things like all the Samoans should be coming after him, I feel like inevitably that The Rock is going to come out and fucking help Roman Reigns win the title back. And then they're going to have CM Punk, do God knows what for the rest of the year. And they'll be like, all right, one last time, we're going to have Rock and Roman at Saudi Mania.
There it is. Yeah, it's one of those. No. He's going to caught. So WrestleMania's at Saudi next year. Roman's going to come out and he's going to turn on Roman and Punk's going to win the fucking title back. And then Roman's going to go away like he always does to his fucking island. And then they're going to set it up next year for Rock and Roman, the main event. And we're all going to fucking puke because no one wants to see that pile of shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's just to me, like, this match is going to start and it's going to be fine. And it's going to be cool because the atmosphere is going to be ridiculous. But like this lead up is fucking dog shit. And I just involving the Usos, making Jey Uso this little attack dog, little bitch boy, like what is this fucking 2021 or whatever the fuck this was actually like, just like get me out of here. Like go fucking lose the division. Go away. Stay like it's one of those like they're trying to make this interesting leading up, but it's like you don't need to make it interesting. You didn't. This fucking poster is interesting. These two guys existing and not liking each other is interesting. Involving the fucking Usos. Come on. Give me a break.
I would say this much. It feels like they're trying to make a babyface turn with all of them as champions again. That's what they're trying to do.
Jimmy's going to be gone sooner rather than later because of, so I have a feeling that they're going to fucking lose the division.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just like everything attached to the Usos and the Vision and Paul Heyman right now is just a pile of fucking slop. And that's why Raw, for the most part, besides a few select things like the meat, is kind of a pile of slop.
So you didn't like the old man comment? You didn't like...
I mean, I enjoy their barbs back and forth. Like the Roman Punk stuff objectively, for the most part, works. I think Roman just can't hang with Punk in a promo because Punk's just so witty. And Roman just like, he tries to be, he has a little bit too much corniness to him when he's doing it. I mean, the guy fucking walks out, puts his finger and goes, acknowledge me. Like Punk making fun of him like it's true. This guy's a fucking cartoon character where Punk is a 3D real fucking person. And we love Punk because he's that, but we love the Roman character. But it's just funny when you put them against each other, Punk fucking runs circles around him. When they get in the ring, I expect Roman to run circles around him because yes, Punk is old. But it's just like, to me, it's just kind of like, you're like having insults back and with one another, and there's a really obvious thing you can say, and you just say that because you don't know what else to say, and that's Punk is old. Yeah, no shit. We know. Be more creative, Roman.
I think the hardest part for me is, again, while I'm watching the promo, I'm like, okay, last week he got upset and got under his skin because he called him old.
Ooh.
And that's what got him. Not his dead dog. Not anything else. It's like he made him old punch. And then this week he's like, I don't have a problem with being old. I'm the old man. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So then why did you punch him? Like, I just feel like there's like this thing of like, it just feels like there's such disconnect sometimes. And it's like, they're throwing too much at the wall to like stimulate me. And I'm, as a fan, I'm like, enough.
Less is more with your main events. We talk about this every year. Yes, these matches are announced 3 months before they happen. Less is more. And somehow, with the biggest part-timer of all time, with Roman fucking Reigns, they're overexposing this feud. It's mind-blowing.
I mean, Punk did say we're in the shit-talking business, which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, and I'm not, it's bizarre to me that we live under in the TKO structure here, but they don't take a page out of the UFC. It's like, they don't have press conferences every week for UFC. They've got one fucking press conference and a weigh-in, and that's where your shit talking goes. And maybe they do a video package on something. You know what I mean? But like, that's all you need. And it just feels like, I know we got to sell weekly television because UFC doesn't do weekly television.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
But man, like, I almost thought for a second, I'm like, are they trying to make Jay the leader? Like, that's what it felt like.
I know. And I was just like, that's why it's just like, get them away. Get them away from this. They don't need to be a part of this. Like when Roman was off TV, I don't mind 1 or 2 segments, whatever. But we're past it. I don't need the lapdog shit.
We got 4 weeks left. So.
We had fucking 4 years of the Jey Uso lapdog shit. We're going backwards with everything bloodline. The MFTs are going backwards, and this fucking bloodline shit's going backwards.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No need to get hot, bro.
Yeah, it's the fucking heat. Isn't that what we're supposed to do, bro?
That's true. Anything
else?
Yeah,
they got DQ'd against Division for the same shit. It's gonna fucking be a street fight next week. It'll probably end up at Mania. Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Fucking Paul Heyman calls out Seth Rollins, gets him arrested for restraint. Just like the only part that like it's like. And here's the other problem. I felt like they tried way too hard in this. He's like, "Oh, your wife." He pretty much said, "Your wife's gonna bang the whole locker room, and I'm gonna fucking adopt your daughter." What? What the fuck are we talking about? That came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa. His wife, the serious wrestler, was her own woman who calls herself the man, is become a huge fucking whore because Seth goes to jail and you're going to have to take away her daughter because she's a bad mother because she's being a whore? What are we talking about here? What? That was out of pocket. But the rest of this is fucking dog shit. It's so bad. If Braun Breaker comes back and fucking saves this, he is the greatest of all time. But if he doesn't, enough is enough. I don't need Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman on WrestleMania this year if Braun Breaker isn't there. Bye-bye.
Like I said last week, I assume the masked men will do the fucking whoop-de-whoop again, and one of them's gonna be a big overgrown Steiner and fucking spear his ass. That's what's gonna happen. That
I
has
hope
to happen.
so.
That's gonna have to happen. The thing is I don't. I feel like when I watched the Heyman promo and it was like you asked for the time, you got to go out there and talk, and I was just like, no, you don't.
No,
No, you don't. It was so fucking weird to me, and like it the restraining order thing's one thing, but then and I said this as a tweet, but it was more of a visual that Dom sent out. It was Dom found the visual of Austin getting handcuffed and like yelling and wagging his giant fucking bobblehead, and I ain't got to do with that. I'm not done by a long shot, like all that shit. It's just something about the intensity and the fucking character of Stone Cold getting arrested, and honestly, it's probably one of the first wrestlers being arrested on mainstream television, I would think, at that point. And I know it's happened plenty of times after, but it's just something about watching it made it feel like Seth Rollins is just like less than in it. And it just, I don't know, like it would have been fucking awesome if he got fucking handcuffed and then out came Braun Breaker and fucking speared him while he was handcuffed. Like then you're like, all right, here we fucking go. But it just, we're buying time and we're like patiently waiting because we've got 4 weeks before the fucking big deal. So I don't know if it's 4 weeks. I'm guessing
it's something like that. Yeah.
But it's, I'll do the math in a second, but it's like, okay,
back half of April. It's the first weekend of the
okay.
playoffs.
So we got about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
But like, that's still a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
Hopefully it's enough time for Braun Breaker to save this fucking pile of shit.
All right. Anything else you want to get hopeful?
I mean, the only other thing's the woman tag fucking beat fiasco.
No,
another thing I just don't want to talk about. Like that,
No.
just do your fucking 6-pack challenge so we can get them all on Mania and let's move on. But yeah, let's get hopeful. Glorious.
You're my only hope. Would you like me to go?
Want me to go? I got 2 this week.
Ooh,
so I'm
2.
doing 2. I'm doing 2. The first one is the one you inspired me to do. Mellow Open Challenge at WrestleMania. And it got me thinking, he's going to lose that thing eventually. And it'd be cool if it was someone like that you wouldn't expect. It's not Danhausen.
Sorry.
Ego. Shama lemon, Lou. Ethan Page. The guy's the man. He should be coming to the main roster. He's done everything at NXT. He's a fucking stud. He's really good. He is the perfect mid-card heel champion. And if you have him debut at WrestleMania and win the U.S. title, it would put him on the map for people who don't know who he is. And then he can keep doing his thing with Chelsea Green. Bonus hope, maybe she comes back in time for Mania. They make it a triple threat and she wins the U.S. title. And we have our U.S. champions, the Canadians, and they can run the gimmick they did at NXT up here for the main roster. But yeah, pretty simple. Ethan Page, hashtag JC knows, hashtag JC hopes I'm true. Other one, my original hope, because I was watching NXT before I got on the air here. They kicked off the show with Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair defeating Fatally Toxic Attraction of Levels, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't even know.
Only
the knockoff Mandy. Yeah, the knockoff Mandy Rose group. And obviously, Kendall Gray wants a title shot, but so does my girl Lola Vice. So here's the thing, Nestlemania. Again, JC Jane, same thing. She's got to lose it sometime, so why not now? She's already beat both these women. But Lola Vice should win next week. It's in New York, by the way, so Lola Vice probably will win. And Lola Vice should win the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver! Because she's the best. So hashtag JC knows, hashtag JC hopes I'm true. 2 JC guy and gal, Ethan Page, Lola Vice. Strap them up, baby.
Dom says, running Boston and New York so early into the build, a mistake? Question mark.
Bro, we got 3 weeks left. 3.5 weeks left.
I'm sure it's a financial mistake. So yeah. Brooklyn crowd is better than the MSG crowd.
I mean, it's a very similar crowd.
I mean, they're all going to be assholes. So, I did laugh really hard at people booing Bailey. That made me fucking laugh. I couldn't help myself. I was like, that's a faux pas. Anyway, my hope isn't really a hope that's like something I want to see. It's something that I just want to happen because I just feel like we're going to take 2 things that I hate and we're going to combine them into one so I can have less segments of this bullshit. So I can just move on and be like, okay, we're compacting the bad and making more room for the good. I think based on Monday, that there's going to be a new member of the Vision, and it is going to be one LA Knight. I think that's definitely where we're headed, because if you think about it, there's nothing for LA Knight to do for WrestleMania, and all he's going to do is probably win a fucking battle royal. And so if you put him with the Vision, I mean, he slid the nuts to Jay anyway, and Jay went fucking ham on everybody. And then he had the audacity later in the promo to be like, you talk like Roman, you keep your name out of my mouth, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it just feels like, why would he have handed the brass knucks out there anyway? To get the Vision, the tag title match for WrestleMania. So I feel like you take the LA Knight, which I'm fatigued by, and you take the Vision, which honestly might be, in my opinion, the worst faction I've ever seen in my life.
Retribution exists. Don't.
It's up there in the top 5, though.
No, it's not worse than Retribution.
Are you sure?
Top 5. Oh, sure. Top 5. It's not. Nothing is worse than Retribution. Like, if there is like the line to fucking enter the pile of shit, it's just covered with Retribution. So for you to get through that, like, it's got to be really bad. And I don't think anything can. Like, they tried with Dark State, but Dark State got better enough where it wasn't as bad as Retribution.
Okay, but
when Logan Paul throws a Molotov cocktail, we can talk.
That's probably not far off. I'll say this much. It's the amount of when you look at Retribution, you look at it and you go like, there was nothing that really like stood out in terms of like it being bigger than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, dog shit.
The Vision, in some people's eyes, was supposed to be the 4 Horsemen, or like this version's evolution. Like, there were high hopes for this shit, and it fucking just took a steep decline into fucking Turdsville. And I mean, god damn it, it just keeps going. So
besides the Shield, was there a Seth Rollins faction you liked?
No.
Exactly.
No.
He's part of the problem, and then you add all the bad injury luck with the bronze. Yeah. Fuck.
I don't know. If you're gonna have a faction, I don't know.
Do Jade, Meechin, and B-Fab.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna call them like the Wonder Bitches. What are we gonna call them, huh?
Oh, who the fuck
bitches
knows,
be bitches.
I don't even want to pretend.
Bitches get snitches.
Badass bitches. They're probably gonna be bad. Badass
bad
bitches.
Badass.
We're
bitches.
the bab.
We dem bitches. That's what they'll get, a shirt that says dem bitches. That's what they'll say. Instead of them boys. That's all.
God.
Yes, Reach wasn't Meechin in Retribution. Say no more.
She was. Oh, she was.
Which is why the trash can was probably on
the only survivor, right? Because the 2 big oafs are gone. The other chick left. Who was the 5th one?
Oh God, I don't even know. Wasn't it Shane Thorne?
From
the TKM, the Australian dude, Shane Thorne. I loved him. No, the Mighty have Fallen, right? I
know who TM61.
Yeah, TM61. Yeah.
They were cool.
Yeah, Ali. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was the leader. That's right. Yeah, they botched that shit.
I wonder if it would have been better had it not been in COVID. Not just a side note.
It would have been better if they didn't do everything they did.
Whatever
the
you
masks,
do.
The masks were so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, Slapjack. Yeah,
Slapjack. That's right. I forgot about the names. T-Bar,
Slapjack.
What was Meechin's name? Was it Meechin? Is that how she
know.
got it, or was it something else? Was it like fucking? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Finish your hope.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, it was T-Bar, Mace, Slapjack, and the Reckoning.
The Reckoning, yeah. And then what was
Reckoning was Meechim.
What was Mercedes Martinez's name before she quit? She was like, "This shit sucks." Remember, there was 2 girls.
I don't even think they got her that far.
Yeah, she was on like twice.
Name.
She quit the company. She's like, "This shit sucks." Smart girl.
Well, she's a smart kid, even though she's probably older than me. But anyway, she's smart.
She definitely is.
I already gave my hope. I'm done. LA Knight and fucking Vision.
All right. Don't call it a comeback. I'm going to Monday Night Raw. I'm going to the crowd. I'm wearing the hat. My boy Derek White and the coach Joe Mazzulla, who tried to beat him up. He's a fucking psychopath, and he probably thinks wrestling's real. He probably wanted to jump and get in there because that motherfucker's so psycho. He probably thinks that shit's real. But they're gonna get my comeback because they got their ass kicked on Sunday, so they had to go out and blow off some steam. And it's always good to see the boys supporting our boys and girls. And I can tell you legitimately, like, Joe Mazzulla probably had the fucking time of his life. This motherfucker goes to UFC events and loves to scream. So he is a target audience, and it's cool. I'm glad they got a little night out before they get ready for the big one on Wednesday. So Joe Mazzulla and Derek White are getting my comeback on a wrestling podcast.
The big one. All right.
They're fighting the best team in the league on Wednesday, bro.
Well, they're probably going to lose that one too.
I mean, they lost last time, but barely, and they didn't have Tatum or White in that game, so you never know. The Thunder might sit people too, because that's just what the NBA does.
Because they've
David ends and why we're gonna rest.
Nothing like load management.
I hope not, though, because that probably very well be a finals preview.
That, to me, load management is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, personally.
The schedule does kind of suck. There shouldn't back-to-back shouldn't exist. There's enough. It's long enough where they can do a better job, but they're bad at scheduling. Get better AI, NBA.
Get better AI. All right.
Yeah. Who do you think makes the schedules?
Okay. We need to get hot, bro. Jesus.
I know we're out of the heat, but
my comeback is to one Grayson Waller.
Aussie.
Oi. Boy, did he put on a fucking show on Monday. I thought this was great. Javon, obviously a lot of fun to deal with. I thought, that was a good match. I think Javon needs to slow the fuck down. He landed on. I've never seen anybody take a cross. I've never seen anybody do a suicide dive and land on their fucking head. Like, that guy was cooking with fire. Like, he just bounced like nobody else. And I was just like, okay. But the one thing I do want to get, he hit that boy. But I will say this much. Grayson Waller, out of everybody in this entire WWE roster, is super unappreciated. Like, they just,
I agree.
He's great on the microphone. He can get people over. This was a great example to be like, well, this guy needs to be on TV more, because he found a way to make other people look better. And he has a great job in the future if he can continue to make other people look better. But if that's his only job, well, then he's going to be staring at the lights. Hope the paycheck's big enough. But man, I just thought Grayson Waller did an exceptional job on Monday. Wanted to give him a quick shout out because he's very good and I want to see more of him. So there you go. He gets my comeback.
As a day one Grayson Waller guy, I'm all on board. This guy has been my favorite since he fucking showed up. He is awesome. He's on the Raw show, though. Get him away from the New Day. Let him go to SmackDown where he can wrestle and talk. Pretty simple. On that note, Nestlemania, we go to the big all finish because on SmackDown this week, we have Kit Wilson taking on Jelly Jam. We have Julia and Tiffy for the U.S. title, and we have Charlexa versus the Bellas because we all want that.
Oh, God. Well, we already talked about Jelly Jam probably having some type of interference.
I cannot wait for that. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be a fun one, I'm sure. I hope the poetry book gets in play. That'll be fun. The tag match with the Bellas is just
waste of time.
What was the other one in the middle?
Julia Tiffy. I actually am kind of interested in that because
it's weird to me that they're giving this. You would think this would be the match at Mania.
I think there's going to be some schmoz here, and I think that I don't know what Chelsea Green's timeline is, but I think this would be a cool triple threat. Get Chelsea involved in this because she's kind of been involved on both sides. So maybe she does the old thing where she stands up in the wheelchair and is like, haha, and be in like, cost Tiffy. And then we get a triple threat. Because I think Julia Tiffy is enough. Because I think Tiffy was become one of your top stars. I think it's a great way to elevate Julia. But just adding a little dash of Chelsea Green if she's ready, I think would be a good move.
Okay. I don't hate that, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw, Nestlemania. We have the Usos versus the Vision in a street fight. Do we get new champions?
God, I hope so.
I think yes, too. We have Brock Lesnar live again, so look forward to meet. And then guess what? Women's tag team titles, the day that ends in Y. So they're defending them. Nia and Lash take on Bayley and Lyra.
So this is going to have even more interference.
There's going to be Kabukis, and there's going to be Charlexas, and there's going to be, every other fucking.
Just make it a ladder match. Just fucking make it a ladder match. And let the Bellas climb up and do their own fucking spot and be done with it. We'll just move on.
And then we have Io and Raquel one-on-one.
That'll be cool, but I feel like we've seen that 600 times.
We've seen that about 6,000 times, yes.
So, Monday Night Rerun. So, it is what it is.
tpublic.com/Jobberknocker. Get yours today.
We haven't done that in a while. But seeing, though, we have a couple minutes, we should probably talk about what's happening on Wednesday.
The reason why I was sick last week is I didn't want to talk about that pay-per-view. That fucking abomination.
Abomination. Wow, that's a strong feeling. Okay.
I was happy to see Edge and Christian return. I haven't seen any Ronda Rousey clips yet, which is funny. I fast forward through on Wednesday. Was she not on?
No, I think the whole thing was. Do you see that Tony Storm's going to be out for an extended period of time, and people are saying she's preggers? So that's fun. If that's true, congratulations.
Is she still with the juice?
Oh, would anybody else want to be with anybody? If you need to be with the juice, man.
Good for him.
I mean, they're both.
I'd get her pregnant too. So good for them. I'm happy for them.
Okay, so let's get ready for some things I can talk about here. Oh my gosh, this is my fucking word. All right, I'm sorry, Joe. I can't. Thank God we have Joe, because honestly, Joe sifts through this bullshit.
Dude, I was telling Cap one week. I hit fast forward, like after an MJF promo kicked off the show, and I was like, okay, let's see when. I always play the game like, how soon till I stop it and want to watch something?
Right.
I didn't stop it. There was nothing that interests me.
Right.
This was a couple weeks ago, but yeah, carry on.
Well, MJF will return this
Good.
week, so that's a start. You know, it's not. It's already making
Yanni
me
W.
Yanni W. Oh gosh, here we go. We've got fucking Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong taking on the Dogs.
First of all, you're gonna have to explain to me who the Dogs are. But second of all, Dom sent me the Roderick Strong promo on Instagram. That dude fucking still can't talk. He fucking sucks. How is he still on a network television? He fucking sucks. How do you make Orange Cassidy not interesting? Put him with Roderick Strong. Who are the Dogs? Can you tell me who they are?
One is Fit Finley's kid, and the other one is Clark. What's his face?
I thought Fit Finley's kid was on NXT.
He's got more than one kid, bro.
Okay, that makes sense. So he's doing double duty. Yeah, I've heard of Clark Connors.
Yes.
He's like a Japan guy that everyone tries to tell me how amazing he is.
So is David.
His name is fucking Clark Connors. He's going to have to really sell himself.
Yeah, we got Roosh versus Darby Allin. Whatever.
Oh my God, I do not give a fuck.
We got an AEW women's title match where Tekla is taking on Mina, which...
I mean, yes, I will watch that. The Tickler's fucking great. I didn't realize the Tickler was actually good. I would make jokes when they signed her. I'm like, oh, they signed a Tekla girl. But they put her with my girls, and now she legit is their top woman, and I dig it. I think we all like watching Mina. But yeah, the Tickler's going to win because the Tickler should never, ever lose.
I don't know if there's dust on my computer, but the graphic makes it look like she's got shit on her teeth.
Who?
I'll send it to you after the fact. But
the
if anybody,
Tickler or Mina?
The Tickler. It's so fucking weird. Like, I'm looking at it being like, I hate you. I fucking hate you both. Why? Clark Connors.
Because her shit on Clark Connors.
You hate Clark
That
Connors?
was just for you. I don't know Clark Connors, so I don't to hate him. I just like name like Clark Connors. You better be fucking good, bro.
In a match that nobody should see coming. I don't know why this isn't on the pay-per-view. Swerve Strickland versus Kenny Omega 2 with the number one contender versus the EVP status. Should either main event or open the show.
I watched the Swerve promos. He wants that EVP title, and I think he's going to get it.
I mean, he probably should, but again, it's
what does it even mean? Yeah. But
by the way,
if he can make it mean, I think Swerve is the type of character where he can make that title and moniker mean something and actually use it to benefit his heel character. So I am for that because Tony doesn't know what to do, but Swerve will tell him exactly what to do because Swerve has quite a bit of creative control in that company. That's why he is one of those guys that separates himself from everyone else because he doesn't have to deal with fucking crackhead babies fucking ideas. So
Jesus.
I think this could be exciting for Swerve if he picks up the W.
Okay, no need to get hot, bro. I will say this much, just because this will make you love MJF even more. He retweeted out Darby Allin versus Roosh, and all he wrote in big giant caps the whole time is ha 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 ha, because he hates fucking Darby Allin. So I assume Darby Allin versus MJF and fucking Dynasty will be a thing, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like if Darby ever wins the big title, it'll be off MJF.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. MJF's reign, I'm sorry, cans. I'm just saying it. Cans.
Yeah, until Heyman. That's what they were
Fucking
doing. But that's what AEW does with all their reigns because they have useless matches on television. Like, oh, random guy in a tag team that people thought was cool for a week. Give him a world title shot. It's like, bro, you have so many titles. I don't need fucking Flippy Dippy Boy and fucking Bandito and fucking I sound like a pussy Brody King going for world titles.
All right.
Go for the Continental of TNTs of mid-card bullshit. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, I'm done with that.
So that's the main event?
I'm going to assume that's the main event.
When's Mercedes come back?
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to.
I mean, she deserves time off. She's the CEO. But, like, I'm just trying to think of more things that I might care about in AEW. Besides
I mean,
MJF, the Sisters of Sin or Soul Sister, or the fuck they're called. I love them.
well, you
and
had
the Tickler and Swerve. Oh, Billy Goat's back.
yes,
But
that's fun.
who's he fighting?
Oh God, I don't even know. Probably Moxley. That's probably why I don't care.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't fucking care. That's right. That's what kicked off the show, and I was like, we're doing this again.
My goodness. I mean,
You know what would make AEW easier for me to watch? No John Moxley. You know what I actually think would be better? Send him back to WWE. Because I think
as
Triple
John
H
Moxley.
Yes, because I think like Triple H would take like the best parts of his character from we liked him in AEW, and like that the shitty creative team, which I like to shit on, is a much better one than AEW. I think would find a way to make him interesting for a little while. Probably not a world champion, but like he'd be a guy that like I think it would be fresh for him because I'm just so sick of him in AEW. He's so bad. The people around him are bad. The writing around him is bad because it's him. And it's just like he's fought everyone there 1,000 times. Like, I get it, bro. You're a workhorse. That's why like you were my favorite when the Shield started and all that. I loved you. But good God, you'd like he's probably never going to leave that company because he's stubborn, but I'd like to see him finish up in WWE because I think there's just some more fresh things for him to do there than here. And it would make AEW better too because I don't have to deal with this bullshit every week. My opinion might not be a popular one, but that's my opinion.
I just wanted to let you know because I don't want to ruin NXT for you, but this just popped up on my thing and it made me crack up. Johnny Gargano won by accident and now is challenging Miles Bourne for the NXT North American Championship at Stand and Deliver.
I kind of love that actually
because because his wife threw him on top of him.
Yeah, because there's no. I was thinking about this when they were doing the Miles Bourne thing. I'm like, I don't know who. I was looking at the roster. I'm like, a lot of these people are too new, and he's fought a lot of people too because he's been fighting for titles forever. So I don't mind that. I think that's interesting, and it's like it'll give him Miles Bourne a nice signature win too. Johnny will make him look good and put him over. As you know, I'm a Miles Bourne guy, dude. I'm a Miles Bourne guy. Anyone who fucks Stephanie McCare is good on my list.
Well, that's his biggest achievement in the world. I don't care what else he does after that. So
the shit he overcome, the fact that he's on fucking WWE program when he's fucking deaf is fucking incredible. The fact that he played football, dude's a fucking stud, and he's fun to watch. I'm a fan. He made like deaf Randy Orton got me. He got me.
Okay, all right.
He hears voices in his head because he can't hear other voices. That's such a bad joke.
Oh, wow. You're
going. Woo, because it's the end of the podcast. We're an hour in, so if you're still listening, you really like us.
Well, if anybody says anything, make sure you at JC of the JK.
Yeah, and just play what I said about the minute before about how much I fucking love that man.
No.
Nestle's the Miles Bourne hater. I'm the guy who puts him over.
No, I'm not.
How many times have I hoped for him to win shit? You were like,
I'll say this much. This is me being me. I'm a cut the fat kind of guy.
Like,
no. I mean, like, there's a lot of people in NXT that are not gonna fucking get it to the main roster. So my thing is let's cut bait and let's move on and see what the factory's got.
Nestle Curse, Miles Bourne will be on the main roster by the end of the year.
Great. And guess what? He'll be out of a job.
He is a main roster wrestler. Absolutely is. His story's good. His ability's too good. He's got the look. And he's got that Chilean fucking.
Doesn't mean they're going to be together forever, bud.
I mean, dude, he's got something going on. Because she's so hot.
Okay. Anyway, I think we need
to bring her music back. I don't even know who when her music hits. I don't even know who it is. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Well, that's Vaquer. Bring it back. What the fuck are we doing? Headbang with those fucking horns.
Headbang with the fucking horns. That's a way to leave. On that note, thank you for listening and watching the Jobber Knocker podcast. We'll be back next week with some more Jobber Knockery.
Because I'm the topic.